Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our second episode of Global Connections. We are joined today by Assistant Director of Campus Life, Jeff Holstein. Jeff, thank you for joining us.
No problem. It's glad to speak to you.
Yeah. So, um, so we've been working together for quite a long time now. I've been bothering you basically since you started here in St. Thomas about many different questions. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like when you joined in and what you currently do in campus life.
Sure. Um, well, I've been at the university for about 3 years. Before that, I worked at a small school in Mitchell, South Dakota, as a resident director, student activities, head of security. So I played in the realm of engagement, student engagement, and realized, you know what, I don't know if I want to do all the other things, and I really want to focus on this on student engagement. So, um, yeah, that's when I started here at St. Thomas, and as assistant director of campus life, my position specifically oversees clubs and organizations and leadership development. And so, what that really means is I get a lot of hands on experience with the club leaders, helping them put on events, helping them build their contracts, helping them through policies. A lot of the questions that I end up getting is like, Jeff, how do I do this within the policies at the university? And so it's just really helping them navigate through that. And then the other aspect of my position is to kind of help out with leadership development at the university. And so there's a few programs that I put on. One is the Inclusive Leadership Series, which is foundational knowledge around inclusion, diversity in the framework of leadership. And so it's a lot of the basic topics around there. The other is, and actually we developed this through this time of COVID, is a weekly Tommy development leadership email. And so
Mm-hmm.
each week we have a different topic focused on leadership that students, it's either from TED Talks, from YouTubes, from educational journals, websites, and we just compile them for students to go to one section where they can just be like, you know what, I feel like picking something up today. And so, um, but yeah, so like it's a lot of different things. Oh, yeah, and then there's the Fall Leadership Institute. So if you're here like the week before campus, the Fall Leadership Institute is a 2-day event where uh, the first day focuses on general leadership. So we bring in a speaker or multiple speakers, depending on the year, and then we'll end up doing general club leadership logistics on the second day. So if you end up becoming a club leader, we'll see you then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, job entails a lot of things. So, but yeah,
That's quite a lot,
yeah,
of course. So let's back up a little bit here.
sure.
Let's say so the audience that we work with here are international students. Sometimes they're brand new. So like let's say I'm a new international student, just started here in St. Thomas, did orientation, met some of my people, figured out classes and all that. Now I know how to do syllabus and homework and whatnot. But all right, now I'm interested in doing more. And someone tells me, do clubs. What are clubs? Like, what's a club?
Oh, okay. Well, in simple explanation, a club is really a grouping of students around a common interest, common goal. So it could be either they want to focus on fundraising, or they want to do service or volunteer projects, or it's just something fun like recreational. So we have a club like badminton club where students want to play badminton. That's what they do together. So that is in general what a club is.
So is there like a cost or something to join a club? Like, do you need what do they need from me if I want to join a club?
So it's really dependent on the club themselves, and so um, some clubs you do need to pay for. There is some type of membership fee, but other clubs it's just just show up to their first meeting, check them out on TimmyLink, or find out like what ways you can see their events. So a lot of the times it's just communicating with the club leader saying like, hey, I want to be a club member. Even within TimmyLink, there is a little join button where you can just click on it and it sends them a notification that you want to join their club.
And Tommy Link is the website, like you just Google Tommy Link and it's right there. You just can
Yeah.
search whatever you need, right?
Yep.
Because I remember like you could basically have any different topic and you just put it in there. Oftentimes you do find it. Like
Yeah.
how many, do you know like top of your head, how many clubs we have now?
So right now we have around 122 student organizations, and I believe at this moment there are about 11 club sports. So there's
Okay.
student clubs and club sports. They're two different things. Where club sports is a competitive group of students.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like our university athletics program,
Mm-hmm.
but on a minor league level in a sense.
Amateur level, yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'm a new student as I mentioned, new student X. So all right, I've found the club that I want. I clicked on join, they invited me to first meeting and whatnot. So now I'm happy. But let's imagine that student Y, okay, I want to look for a club about oh shoot, I'm gonna try to find out something. You'll tell me, oh yeah, we have something about this. Um uh Underwater basket weaving. um, I want to create a club that's all about making baskets underwater. Um, I can't find it anywhere. What do I do?
Yeah. All right. So within timing, and actually, I should preface first what timing link might be for those
Oh,
who might
right.
not
Yeah,
know it.
that's true. We did mention a little bit, and we talked a little bit before about it, but it's tell us more about Tommy Link, and then we'll go back to
Yeah.
underwater basket weaving.
So TimmyLink is our main resource for getting connected and engaged on our campus. It's our club's website. It's our event directory. It's our club directory. And that's where students are able to, like you had mentioned before, look for specific clubs in there. They can go in there and also look for specific events that they want to attend that are
Mm-hmm.
based on their interest. So it's your main hub to get connected and engaged. Now, so if a student is looking on that website and they're wondering like, I don't see that club underwater basket weaving in here. How do I? What are my next steps? I want this to be a club. Well, all that student would need to do is either contact me or email campuslife@stthomas.edu and let us know that they're interested in starting this club. We'll eventually just have a meeting. We'll talk about the idea. Um, and then there is a process beyond myself that the student would need to do to make it an official club. So first they would meet with me. They would round out the idea. Then they would, once they get my approval, they'll end up moving on to SOC. SOC is the Student Organizations Committee. Um, and they're just a subgroup of USG, which is the undergraduate student government. Um, they would just do the presentation in front of these students, and then they would move to USG, do another presentation, and then if USG, the undergraduate student government, approves them, they are now an official club. And all they would need to do is get 10 students to join the club, and then also a staff or faculty advisor.
Okay.
So yeah.
Like I need to find 9 more people that like underwater basket weaving.
Yes, you do.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be hard. I should post somewhere and be like, I'm looking for this. Okay, so we joke about these kind of clubs, but there's also like there's a benefit to joining clubs, right? Like there's a benefit to being part of a club. What can you tell us about that? Like,
Sure. Well, beyond the intrinsic value of being connected with other students who enjoy the same interests as you or like doing the same things as you, um, like I mentioned before, actually every single club has to do a volunteer project each semester, except for this year. I think COVID's a very different world.
mhm.
But once this is over, every club will have to do a volunteer project. So you'll learn how to kind of give back to your community through these projects. You'll also, within clubs and orgs, if you want to be a club leader, you can gain leadership experience. And so learn how to run meetings, how to plan an event, how to run a budget, learn the red tape of the world and how to navigate red tape. And then also just being able to how to network with other club leaders as well, um,
Mhm.
finding the value of collaboration and things like that. I think there's beyond the just the fun aspects, and especially if you get a little bit more involved within your club, there are a lot of like career development
Mhm.
aspects to being a club leader. There's a lot of situations, especially if you're a club leader, that
But
um,
you mentioned, sorry to cut you, but you
sure.
mentioned this like club leader. So what is this path to club leader? What is a club leader and how does that happen? And then we
So,
can maybe talk about the benefits of that too.
sure. Um, well, being a club leader, so like you'll have your presidents, your vice presidents, your treasurers, sometimes secretaries. Some clubs have event coordinators. Some have very specific volunteer coordinators, things like that. So it's positions within the organization that manage some aspect of the club. If you want to get involved, it's a wide variety of ways because every club's unique, and so they have a very different process on how to be a club leader. Some clubs, it's an election process where they elect their leaders through their general membership. Some is a selection process where the current leaders will then, once they're about to graduate or plan to leave the club, they will get a successor. They will choose
Mhm.
a successor to take over their position, um, or by an appointment. So the club leaders will appoint you to be another leader within the club. So there's a few ways to do it. It's just on a case by case basis.
Right. Thanks for that. So yeah, so there's a lot of obviously benefits to being a club leader because I heard that you can put it on your resume and like it can sometimes even help on like finding higher student employment, like in campus sometimes, like being hired.
Yep. Um, yeah, you can certainly put it on your resume. And that, you know what, a lot of employers see the intrinsic value of being a club leader because
Mhm.
they know that you can manage a group of people or students. They know that you're going to be coming in with some planning experience, that you had planned some kind of um, some event, some program, some activity for your group. You must have done that if you're a club leader, or that you're able to follow some kind of directions. Obviously, we have a lot of policies, and that you're able to navigate those policies and enact what you want to do through those. That's stuff that they're looking for.
Okay, that's really cool. Wow. Okay, so it's not too frightening, right? To be a club leader, like it's possible. I know personally, I know some students who started it from like year one and they were like ready to go, and
Yeah,
that's possible.
I would say it's not frightening at all because there's a lot of support systems within the university. For one, you have campus life to back you, to help you out. We're always monitoring how our clubs are doing and checking in with them. Um, and then there's your club advisor, who a staff or faculty member that you have chosen. Like if you have any questions, if you don't feel like you want to come to campus life, you can always go to your advisors. Plus, if it's not your advisor or campus life, there's staff all across campus, whoever you've made a connection to have a conversation with. I think that's one of the biggest perks about St. Thomas is that we have the support system to help out our students in any way.
It's really cool. Well, we're actually joined today also by an ex-club leader, someone who I didn't introduce at the beginning, but I'm going to right now, our virtual outreach specialist, Michelle Shack. So, Michelle, tell us a little bit about your experience when you were a club leader, and maybe some advice for new students.
Okay. Hey everyone. So I'm Michelle. Um, so I graduated last spring. But before that, I was the president of Asia Club, and I started off like not knowing anything. Like seriously, I just came in to the university as like a new student, international student, and I was like, oh, Asia Club seems like something that I can like relate to, and find a little like group of like friends and stuff. Honestly, I came in like without friends and all, and yeah, I just like joined Asia Club one day, and they were like really nice. They were super sweet and everything. And then and for Asia Club specifically, like Jeff mentioned, is like some clubs, for you to be a leader, it's through election, and that's how Asia Club is. So like they will elect who they want, and like the members will like do the election and stuff like that. And yeah, I joined the e-board. So the executive board is like a club leader thing. So I joined the executive board as a marketing position. And then for Asia Club is if you want to be like a president or vice president, you have to be on the e-board first. So that's how I like transitioned from being a marketing position to the president of Asia Club. And as Ozzy and Jeff mentioned, like I put that in my resume for my especially for marketing. And now that I'm hired as the International Student Office marketing specialist kind of thing, I think it really helped me because I already knew a lot of things I need to do for marketing. And like I used a lot of like Photoshop, like programs and stuff like that I did for Asia. And now I can like use it for like my work and stuff. So it was like a really good transition. And I felt like that was like a really good like support as well. And it's very chill in a way that like everyone helps you out. Like if you're new, your members will help you out, your e-board will help you out. If you're a part of the e-board, like campus life will help you out. Like everyone is just super nice. Like just join, you'll feel safe. Like you won't feel like you're alone. You won't feel like, oh, I don't really know what to do and I'm panicking. Like there shouldn't be like that. You should just talk to people. People will definitely help you. So yeah, it's a really, really good experience. I would definitely recommend it to like every student if they could. Yeah.
That's great promotion for club, for being a part of the club. That's awesome. All right. Well, that's about all the time we've had for today. Jeff, is there any last words you want to share with new students, specifically new international students? Maybe some advice.
Yeah, I'll leave you with on this, that every student should join at least 2 different clubs. They should join one academic club and one recreational club. The reason why I recommend an academic is because joining an academic club will help you explore the major that you're in, or explore a potential major you want to do instead of the one you're currently in, because those clubs will bring in guest speakers from the businesses that come from those majors. They'll talk about how they got there, what they end up doing in their positions at CEOs, directors, things like that within those businesses or organizations. And then 2, joining a recreational club, because you know what, college should be fun sometimes, and you should just do what you want to. You should do what you love. So just do at least 2. But if you do more, that's fine. Just don't overdo it. Make sure that you're cognizant of your time and that you're not joining 8 different clubs and doing all of them at once. Not saying that you can't, but just manage your time well.
The difference between you can and you should.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Jeff. So you'll find Jeff's emails down below on the description. We'll find the email for Campus Life as well as Jeff's email. If you have any questions about clubs, whether you're a new student or spring or like a second-year student, there's always time to join. There's always an opportunity to do so.
Well, check out Tommy Link.
Yes,
check out Tommy
Link.
Go
to Tommy Link. We'll have the link to that as well down below. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Jeff. And thank
no problem.